Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Liverpool Connection podcast. I'm your host, I'm Glenn, and I'm joined by Julian and Darren on this fine Wednesday evening to discuss the Chelsea game, which we're going to be really excited to get into, and also the massive game on the weekend against Arsenal as well. Before we do that, though, got some absolutely massive news, which I'm actually going to hand over to Darren. Darren's been working on it the last couple of months, so I think it's only right that Darren you give everyone the big news, mate.
Yeah, it's a big news for our little old podcast. We have got a two-page feature in the upcoming Liverpool Arsenal programme. As Julian said, it will be out
Saturday. So the game Sunday, the program normally is out on Saturday as well at the LFC shop, etc. in Liverpool, and then of course available for everyone at the game Sunday. But it will also be digitally, I should say it properly, digitally for everyone that is a member of Liverpool as well. So they should look out for that in their email.
Yeah, it's a very big thing for us. Been working on it for a while, and yeah, it's just a proud moment for all of us, to have a little recognition and a two-page spread. All our bits and bobs on there, and yeah,
Ooh.
just well proud of the podcast. Myself, my missus, Glenn, Julian and Steve have put in so much hard work this year, and topped it off with being in a program which I never thought we would ever be anywhere near it. So
Well, when I was a kid, I thought I might be in it for playing for Liverpool, but as you get older, you realise, yeah, that's definitely not going to happen. But no, like you say, it's quite a cool thing. So if anyone is going to match, or if you can get it online and whatnot, yeah, massive thanks to everyone for the support. And while we're at that, if you can go subscribe to the channel now, set your notifications, all that good stuff, like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that sort of stuff. Sharing all our stuff massively helps. We're getting close to 10,000 subscribers on this thing now, which is absolutely insane. Like, I keep joking and saying that it feels like, I don't know, it feels like, who are these people? They're all robots. But massively appreciative of everyone doing that. Anyway, Chelsea lads, Julian.
Yeah. Well, what did we say before the moment it was terrible, wasn't it? But the moment we saw the team, there was immediate concerns all over the pitch, and I think it wasn't you, Glenn. What did you say? It was like a chore. This is going to be just. It was it. I mean, it was two teams devoid of confidence, wasn't it? I mean, Chelsea were bad. Chelsea had a number of good opportunities that they created that they wasted. We created little. We had a few chances here and there, but that game, it's so boring as well. I mean, you got halfway through the second half, like you knew what was going to happen, and it was just two teams just like second thoughts and passes just slightly off, and then the Henderson Allison like little exchange they had kind of summed it up. It was like just a dreadful game. It really was. It was hard to even think of some good performances for us. I mean, stretching, I thought Gomez did all right. I thought Jones, considering he hasn't played. I mean, it was surprising for Jones, go straight back into the lineup. Hasn't been on the bench, hasn't played forever. He did it. I mean, it was crap. It was two terrible teams. It was an awful game. And it's hard to take any positives out of that. Wow, clean sheet. Okay, good. That's great. But other than that, I mean, it was horrible, and it shows not just where we are at the moment with the season, but also where Chelsea are at the same point. I mean, they're in their own massive problems of all the money they have spent. We're in massive problems with all the money we haven't spent. So
Darren, do you
as you
think
will.
when we watched Liverpool Chelsea at Anfield, which feels like about 2.5 years ago now, did you think that next time you played Chelsea, you could get a game that was even more boring?
No, no, I
It was
didn't.
awful, wasn't it?
But it surpassed that, didn't it?
Yeah, it
It
did.
was absolutely dreadful. I mean, we knew changes were coming. Um, I mean, is that a statement of Klopp going? Was he looking at Arsenal going, "I need to, rest some players," or was it him telling these players, "Look, I can bench you whenever I feel like it." I think it's maybe a bit of the latter, just saving the lads for Arsenal. But yeah, there was just
I don't
uh,
get that. I don't get. We have 10 games left of the season, right? We're not in any cups, and
you want to put your best team
you want to
out.
put your best team out. The Champions League going into the Chelsea game, it was still it's unlikely, right? I get that, but it's still a possibility. And when it is mathematically possible to still qualify with the amount of importance that the Champions League has, then you go for it every single game until when it is impossible to not get in the Champions League. And
Mm.
really, I'm kind of directing that as to the resting, dropping, rest, whatever it will be of Salah. That makes no sense to me. I mean, I don't get the Salah decision, honestly.
So
I
there was a
thought
chat.
that was a really weird move. I really
There
do.
was a chance really for some of these players to shine, like Simicast. Simicast, for the moment he put on his boots, he was crap. I mean, again, some of these people that think Simicast is on the same level as Robbo, you're absolutely deluded. Um, but Jones, came back in the team. He didn't really shine. He wasn't really crap, but he didn't really do too much. Gomez probably had our best goal chance, and he's a right back. Um, but yeah, it was just watching two dire football teams at the moment, and both having their own internal issues, and it proved it on the pitch.
I, I'm
It's
gonna,
another it's another 90 minutes I want back.
yeah, I'm gonna stick up a little bit for the manager here. To an extent, simply from the fact of Robertson looks absolutely goosed. He's just played for Scotland. What you got to think about as well, where these have been in internationals. Like we were talking before when we were texting about Nunes, he's just come back from an injury. I don't know when does Salah ever get a rest? I don't know where he was with Egypt. He went away with Egypt, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to think. You do have to sort of think about those sort of things as well. Like the turnaround to have a game on a Saturday and then play on a Tuesday. It is a quick turnaround with just having international breaks. So I can sort of see why he has made the changes. Um, but Jesus Christ, I do not want to see Joe Jota play right wing ever again. I don't think like in a meaningful game because it was hard. Do you know what though? At the same time, how many times has Joe Gomez and Joe Jota played on the same side with each other? How many times has Simicast played with Nunes? So you've got like this big mishmash of players. There's no wonder that like there's been times where the ball like someone's trying to make a pass and it just goes out of play because they just don't really sort of understand each other. So there's a bit of that. But at the same time, it was
But you're right on that, right? There's no connections all over the pitch. Even, I mean, even with having Samikas left back, it made Kanate look bad, right? It's like, which Kanate normally is
right.
extremely consistent for a young defender. And the moment the Greek comes in on the left-hand side, next to him, he had probably one of his poorest games. But yeah, it didn't make sense the moment we saw the lineup, and not surprised it was 0-0, but it was just extremely disappointing that we didn't really go for it in the game. I mean, Chelsea really were there for the take. We could have got 3 points at Chelsea because they're not good at all. Chelsea are a bit of a disaster at the moment as well, but more of a disaster than we are, really. But Anyway, I think we should move on
Yeah,
from that
I think
to the
Well,
Arsenal game. So
at least we know why Lampard was in the stadium.
yeah,
bloody hell, ooh.
That's so bizarre.
yeah, it's absolutely insane, isn't it? It really is. Like, but anyway, let's not get into that because that could be another 30 minutes. Right, Arsenal, Arsenal at Anfield. It's so weird, like because I've not really spoken to you like about this, but when we spoke about the City and we speak about the next couple of games, we all were quite confident about the Arsenal. And I think you said you fancy us to maybe draw, Jimmy, but me and Dan were saying like fancy us to win. I really feel confident because we're at home and we're against like one of the best teams in the league. Well, the best team, if you really. I really fancy us. What before we get into teams and stuff like that, Julian, what's your thoughts right now? I know we're doing this like Wednesday night. Still got a few days yet. No doubt. Like someone.
we've been, we've been good at Anfield this season. We've scored a lot of goals at Anfield this season. We have a fantastic record against Arsenal at Anfield as well. I mean, you would expect, based on all of that, I would think a lot of Liverpool fans are confident that we're going to win this game, right? Because of our record at Anfield this season, our record against Arsenal at home historically is really good. The way Arsenal play might be good for us to get some opportunities against them and maybe do better in the midfield. But it's a really hard one to call this, and obviously it's a must-win for Arsenal. It's a humongous game for them because Man City are playing Southampton, and City are probably going to win that this weekend. It's a really tough one to call. We'll get onto the team in a little bit, but I just want us to show some freaking passion and some energy and some a real commitment to win the game instead of our heads going down, which has been consistent throughout the season, especially against Man City. In the way our heads dropped the moment Man City scored that goal early in the second half was dreadful. I just want to see like some passion, and I think we're going to get it from the fans, and that needs to translate to the pitch. And I want to see a high energy performance from Liverpool and say, hey, we're going to make a statement here. We're going to go and win this, and we're going to give ourselves, however slim chance we have, we're going to try and do everything we can to get into top four. So how it's going to play out, it's really hard to call this game. What do you think, Daz?
I mean, it is. Arsenal are flying. They've got so much confidence they can go away from home and get 3 points. But I just think we'll be stubborn for them. I just maybe this is the right time for us to play a team like Arsenal and just like you said, show some heart and some passion. You know, it's time. It's time that these players, like we've seen glimpses of it. The United one. None of us saw that coming. Not 7-0, no chance. But nah, I mean Arsenal will play their football, which is open, which suits us.
Mm.
But it's that fear that if Arsenal score first, what will we do, kind of thing. But I think we'll be at them from the get-go. I do.
Sorry, go on, mate. Carry on.
I just think the crowd will be on them. I do. I think we'll come out flying.
I was just about to say, right, I wonder how we're going to approach this game. I wonder whether it's going to be a little bit like City at home, where we're a little bit more solid. We try and maybe hit a little bit more on the counter attack and stuff like that. I like to see. I mean, I've been saying it for the last couple of months. I like us to see us just be a bit more like that, be a bit more harder to play against. I know the game was 0-0 yesterday, but Chelsea had loads of chances. You know what I mean? They had two ruled out. I would prefer us to be a bit more solid and maybe look to try and hit Salah in behind. Julian, what do you think? Do you think a chance, or do you think we're going to be a little bit more at them, a little bit more, press them a little bit, press them more high up the pitch? What do you think?
I think we're definitely gonna press. I think we're definitely gonna do the high press. I think we're gonna go at them. We're gonna try and get the crowd with us as well early on, get an early goal. I think we're gonna do something similar to what we did against Man United. But I was just double checking because I want to make sure I'm right regarding being a lot tighter at the back. I want to say I think we've got like 7 clean sheets in the last 10. Right. So we're
Yeah,
not conceding that many goals. So we are definitely uh doing better defensively than we have done earlier on in the season. So I don't think that's necessarily the issue at the moment. So I think 7 clean sheets, last 10. I think part of the key to that, he wasn't great against Chelsea, but it was still a clean sheet. But I think Fabinho finding a bit of form, I think, has been key to those clean sheets as well. I think having a Fabinho that is kind of 75% closer to the quality that he has makes a huge difference. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see, is he going to go with a 4-3-3 again? Is he going to change the formation? What's the team going to be? It's hard to say, but I think, to answer your question, I think it'll be high press. I think we'll go at them. I think we'll try and get that early goal, and I think we'll stay on the front foot as well. I think if you sit back against Arsenal, I think with the quality they have in midfield, and the quality they have from the wings as well, I think you're asking for trouble. So
I'm just saying, like, if you look at the City game, I mean, City have got more quality than Arsenal, really. And we against them, we did it really well. Yeah. So anyway, listen, we'll get into the teams now. Darren, front, we'll go forwards and back that way. Front three, Darren. Who's your front three? Because I imagine we're all playing 4-3-3.
Gakpo, Nunes, Mo.
+1 for that. Yeah, I think that's what it will be.
So you think it'll be 4-2-3-1 or?
No, I think it'll be 4-3-3. I think it'll do the same setup.
Yep.
So what do you mean by +1?
+1 means what Darren just said. I agree with it. He gets my +1 for his front three.
Sorry,
Yeah,
mate.
that's all right. Yes, I think Bobby struggled a little bit against Chelsea. I think Gakpo's now had a little bit of a rest. I think he'll bring Gakpo in. Salah is almost guaranteed to come in, and I think he has to start Nunes on the left. So I think I'd be surprised and Jota hasn't looked, and he has been out a long time, and Jota hasn't looked great since he's come back. So I would be surprised if it's anyone other than those three.
Yeah, I wonder if he will. I wonder if he will. I mean, obviously we're Wednesday night now, so it's difficult to see in the next couple of days. And we'll find out in the next couple of days whether Nunes will make it. If Nunes might come from the bench, but if they're all fitting well, I think we'll all probably agree that was the easy one. That was the easy one to get over and done with. I know. I'll leave the hardest one to last. Back four.
Can we just okay, good. Yeah.
Back four.
Daz, go on.
Trent will come back. Canote, Verge, Robbo.
+1.
Yeah, I think it's right an easy one. All right,
Should we just skip the midfield and not worry about it later?
Yeah. We're gonna play Graham Souness in there with Jan Mulvey.
I'd rather say left Diao at the moment with how shit we've been. Stick Diao in midfield with Poulsen and Charlie Adam.
Yeah. Right, Darren.
Bastard.
I mean, if the first two you've done, we both agreed with. So
yeah, Fabinho, Henderson. What was up with Elliot?
It was his birthday.
He
got the night off. It was his birthday. He got the night off. Well, apparently he was rested. But
if he's rested, then I think it's going to be Elliot, Fabinho, and Hendo. Not many other options, are there?
No, there's not, to be fair. Same as team, and I was thinking before, oh, I wonder what the team would be, and then you're thinking about it, and you're like, it's not like you've got a plethora. I definitely can't say that word of options. I think that's pretty much what's going on with Diaz, by the way. Is there any
He's
sign of Diaz?
still not. There's rumors he might be available on the bench, but I think it
Yeah.
was the Leeds game maybe was more likely. Again, like you say, we're recording this on Wednesday, it might be different, but maybe the bench. God, he's been out a long time, hasn't
Oh, honestly, just to see him warming up, just to see him like
he?
having
Yeah.
having a play from the left, the
So
left wing,
midfield,
dribble the
right?
ball.
Sorry. Yeah, midfield. Yeah, sorry, Fabinho. Yes. Definitely. Henderson's interesting because he played the whole game against Chelsea, didn't he? He played the entire match. So I'm not convinced he's going to start. Saying that, we don't have many options, right? So I won't be surprised if he does. I would have thought Elliot would go straight back in. So I Fabinho, Elliot. Um, I mean, yeah. I mean, he's not going to start Arthur. Keita broke his nail at the nail salon, so he's injured. Jones, I don't think is going to start after, even though he did all right after being out so long. It's really, I mean, he's not going to
Do
put
Milner?
he's not going to put Ox in there. He can't play Milner in midfield against such a quality midfield of Arsenal and how good they are. It's got to be Henderson, isn't it? He's got, even though he played 90 minutes, I can't
But
see it being anything other than Fabinho, Henderson, Elliot. Really, that would make the most sense to me. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's not. So all right, uh, I'll go with you first, Julian. I know he doesn't want to do the score predictions, but I'll go with you first. Will we win? And if so, what do you think the score will be?
Well, I always go with my heart on scores because I hate predicting Liverpool to lose because it's ridiculous and pointless.
Yeah, but you've also
So,
got to be a delusional idiot and be like, yeah, we're going to win 10-0.
well, at least I'll feel good for a few days before the game instead of thinking we're
It's
going to
like me
lose
saying, well,
every day, you know?
I'm going to marry Baby Spice. Like,
I thought it was Beyonce last week. This is Baby
actually,
Spice now, huh?
I knew I couldn't get
Yeah.
it.
Um, it's hard to say. I reckon we will win 3-0. Dun, dun, dun. Let's go for it.
Wow.
Think we'll win, Darren?
I
3-0.
think we'll win. I do. I think we'll have enough in us to get past them.
Yeah, I fancy us as well. I'm really confident. It's mental, really, because the last two games have been so bad. But the fact that it's Anfield, I really do fancy us. And the fact that we're in the programme as well. Just
We
to round off.
we better win because of that.
I know.
Come on.
So,
Yeah.
and it's obviously going to be Easter as well, so it's going to be a pain in the hole trying to get the game on in this house. Kids running around like lunatics, so
Take him to the pub. Come on.
let's hope they can. I know, yeah, I know.
So of course we're in Austin. So what time's the kickoff? Is it 11:30? What
10:30
time?
all the time, yeah.
10:30.
10:30 Sunday. Bring him to the pub. Come on.
Yeah, I'll see it now. Yeah, I'll see it on missus. Anyway, to wrap
Just
it
hide
up.
some eggs. Just hide some eggs in the pub.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you try that with your missus, Darren, and if it works, then yeah, exactly.
We're doing egg hunting at 7 a.m.
Yeah, very clever.
Yeah.
Very clever. All right. Anyway, we'll hopefully be in the pub next week. We've all had loads of things going on, so we're having to do a few Zooms, which nobody likes, a bit of a pain in the ass. But bear with us. We'll be back in the pub next week, back in BD Riley's. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Like I said at the start, subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. And we will see you soon. Up the Red. See you later, everyone. Ta-ra.
Bye.
Up a program.
Yeah.